we're back in the cut.
Back
If you,
with
in case you missed it, our last segment discussed the potential MVP candidates. It's titled Russell Westbrook MVP ? 2016 ? And as always, my co-host Benzino always interrupting me.
Yeah.
My good friend Terrence Taylor.
Yeah, I'm Terrence Taylor.
And one of my longtime friends, Aaron Humphreys, in the building, aka A Runs, aka the Irie Man himself.
Yeah.
We out here, son.
Foul. I was fouled.
I'm getting hacked out there on the playground.
I know, man.
I'll be getting hacked, bro.
On the segment of Indie Cut, we will be discussing Benzino the Hero. Well, I was kind of right. We're going to talk about superheroes and the importance of superheroes in our society.
In our culture.
And,
in mainstream culture, too.
Shout out to, not Spike Lee, what's the man's name?
Oh,
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, wow.
He's in all of them.
Yeah, he's in cameos in all of them. Not Jet Li.
You want to start with?
It starts with an S.
Bruce Lee.
Oh, Stanley.
There you go.
Stan Lee.
No?
Yeah, Stan Lee.
Yeah, Stan Lee.
Oh, that's right.
Shout out to the team at Marvel, the team at Capcom, team at DC, for making all these superheroes.
Capcom doesn't make superhero movies.
Oh.
Capcom is Ryu, those characters.
Get it pumping like Mega Man. But anyway.
Yeah, Mega Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert, explain the comic book era of superhero and how that turned into the entity of television and the mainstream of movie.
Well, like, what was I saying? Everyone likes the idea of superheroes. Everyone likes the hero that's gonna come in, make everything right. And the heroes at first were like ideals to we uphold to, like truth, justice, American way, those classic ideas. Then it got evolved with more and more as time progressed. And now like in this day, we have heroes in every facet of a culture.
In this day and age,
everyone's obsessed with superpowers and superheroes and how like feats that superhuman beings could do.
Triumphant skill.
Yeah.
Ability.
Yes.
Agility.
Yes. Power.
Terrence, can we pinpoint the exact? Because the old school Batman, the old school Superman, we know even RoboCop, to an extent.
RoboCop.
But can you pinpoint the exact point in time where we've seen superhero movies on the big screen having an impact?
I say mostly you're having an impact, like, after the Avengers mostly. Because after that, after, that big budget of the Avengers and having all those, people come together, now you see movies like Batman vs. Superman and how they're having a Justice League come up. And they have, what's it called? There's another movie. Oh, Inhumans coming up, too, in the future. And, it's going to take a lot of people, a lot of characters and everything. So I think it was really after that, after the Avengers, but it's good how you see how they started off with the individual movies like Hulk, and then you had Captain America,
a Thor
and you had
movie.
Iron Man, you had a Thor movie, and it was individual, and how we're all leading up to this one big huge movie which led to the Avengers, and now you see more of these movies, coming together, like I said, like Justice League coming on, and then you have movies. You have TV shows, right? You have Flash on CW, you have Arrow. Then you got the ones that are on Netflix. You got Luke Cage, and you got Jessica Jones. So you really see that big impact, after the whole Avengers movie and that whole thing.
Anything you want to put in, Aaron?
Nah, you covered most of it. I really like Civil War, that recent one.
Yeah, Civil War was a great movie.
The importance of a superhero. Superheroes were made in a time where
I'm sorry. I tried not to laugh.
You're
doing good.
Yo, it sounded like in a movie with the speech, with that music.
Yeah.
They were made at a time where America needed them.
Nah, but seriously though.
Oh, go ahead.
Captain America, Iron Man. Well, Iron Man was made as a joke.
Yeah.
But it happened to be popping.
Iron Man was made as a character that he wanted people to hate.
A Superman.
Yeah.
The time where, not in the Great Depression, but they were made.
I mean, those made World War II. Like,
Yeah, like in a time where America.
It was the Great Depression, no?
actually, you might be right. Like, right after the Depression,
I
that's when
remember I
Superman
learned
was
that in
made.
school.
Superman was made right after the Depression. Captain America was made, like, right before World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I remember she was. I forgot the teacher, but she was saying that all those superheroes they started to come up during
That
like
that time
because
period.
you need like a lift up of.
Yeah, the
You know,
morale.
something-
You need a
happiness
morale
or something.
boost and happiness.
Yeah.
You know, when I think, you know, Spider-Man saying, "With great power comes great responsibility," and that's a true statement. And the fact, yeah, Terry, can you stop? I know, but can you stop?
I'm sorry. It's the music.
I know.
Keep going, keep going.
Nah, but the fact in the time where Spider-Man people could look up to and stuff like that, they're going down and out. They're not gonna be that. They're that nerdy kid, you know. They're fighting with something, and then they just go into a world of Spidey, and they really think they're Spider-Man, and they have different values and morals.
What? What?
I'm like, what are you saying now?
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what that speech was trying to go to, though.
Can you
but,
get it back on track for me, please?
Alright, like, yeah, as I was saying earlier, superheroes is something to strive to. And like, superheroes like Batman show you that you don't have to have superpowers to make a change in lives. And superheroes like Superman show you, like, what the right ideals of righteousness and justice could do for you. And it's like, all these characters you could learn something from. And I like how
You can adopt their values.
you can
and
adopt their
stuff like
values,
that.
become
Okay.
a better person. And I like how in Luke Cage they went after actual, like, real life issues
Okay.
like that's happening with black people getting shot. And like Luke Cage, like, that's not something you would normally associate with change in the civil rights type.
Mhm.
But even though comics has been long time associated with that kind of change, that's not something the mainstream culture does.
Let's backtrack a little bit and what Terrence and Aaron saying, you know, the culture of the importance of the movies and how the movies were rolled out. Aaron's mentioned Civil War. You mentioned how everybody got their own film and stuff like that. And what we're trying to get to is a point where a question I have to ask. With Robert bringing it up, shout out to you, Robert.
Thank you,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
But is the movie scene Hollywood? Are these movies becoming oversaturated?
What do you mean?
Like Robert mentioned, every movie is a superhero movie.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Is Hollywood only making? Well, yes, because that's a big budget. Their action, you know, there's so much history behind a superhero because people are so involved with the superhero. You know, oh, Spidey's my favorite suit. No, Iron Man's better. Like, you know, is Hollywood oversaturated with superhero movies?
To a certain extent, you know what I mean. Like, you gotta put out movies that you know people are going to want to see. That is the main thing. Like, for instance, how they have the Black Panther movie coming out. People want to see that. And I'm not sure if many people know about the Old Man Logan story, you know, when Wolverine in the future, and I can't really say it. It'll be a spoiler alert though if I say it because I read the comic of that. So I'm not gonna say it though. But if you read the comic though, that's that's something that you will want to see though. You know what I mean? Like, that's a movie that like people are ready to see, compared to like say like the last X-Men that just came out. Which one? X-Men Apocalypse. It wasn't really all that, to be honest. Like,
the X-Men series with what DC was doing with that's a little funky. I don't like
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
A word?
Yes. X-Men is Marvel.
Word?
Yes.
Nah.
No, but it wasn't.
X-Men is just owned by Fox.
Yeah,
with the movie thing.
Okay.
But you know,
okay.
X-Men is Marvel though.
Yeah. The fact that Fox rolled it out like that, it's pretty funky the way they messed that up. But
the thing is, like, when you have an oversaturation of superhero movies,
yeah.
The bad ones will stop being made because you saw what Fantastic Four, like, it was
I didn't see that.
it was a terrible movie. The plot was
The Michael B.
Like,
Jordan
the-
joint?
yeah,
Fox. Fantastic Four was Fox, right?
yeah, it was Fox. Yeah,
These Fox is just.
it was a terrible movie. And the thing is, when you have good superhero movies coming out every year, the bad ones are gonna suffer a lot more. So we're gonna have better movies coming out.
So are you blaming the, like, the terribleness of the movie because of all the superhero movies.
No,
So you're saying,
I'm saying
like
I understand what you're
like
saying.
how can they make a good movie for Thor but Green Lantern was CGI garbage? Is that what you're saying?
no, that's not.
No, but you know what I mean?
I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying, but the thing is like, let's say Fantastic Four was the only the only superhero movie that came out that year, right?
Okay.
It probably would have got more views. It probably would have done better in the box office, and we probably would have had a second one coming out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm saying a lot of people would want to see a superhero movie,
Oh, yeah,
regardless of if it's good or whack.
I feel you.
But since there's so many good superhero movies that came out within that time period, it's like, no, we're not gonna see this when there's two different movies that are better.
So
So now the whole franchise got canceled.
Suicide Squad. Well, is that an iffy topic because it was supposed
villain.
but yeah,
But-
but it's an important if we're talking about how
Comics and
you know, a
everything,
comic
Yeah.
movie
Yeah, okay, so that counts then.
that culture being in film.
Then Suicide Squad would count.
Is that an iffy film because it went both ways? You know, it was mixed
Yeah,
reviews.
it was mixed reviews. But another problem I see with oversaturation is that like eventually there's gonna be a point where people get bored of. They're gonna have to make the stories more developed.
So in Star Wars, you could say.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
they J.J. Abrams and the Lucas teams is going to have a problem developing the story of Star Wars because they're trying to roll out more Star Wars movies. How we're seeing how with Marvel and their plan, they have movies planned for 2020.
Now the thing is with Star Wars is it's telling different stories.
Okay.
Most superhero movies have the same basic plot line. It's like, oh, I have powers, but I don't wanna use them.
And for superhero movies, they're more critical with the comics because people read the comics. They grew up on the comics, so if that didn't happen in the comic, they look at the movie. They're like,
I mean,
that didn't happen.
there's a lot of changes between the movies and the comics because, like, Vision in the movies and the comics is different creation.
I am Vision.
Anyway, like in the comics, Ultron created Vision to be his messenger, to be his son.
Mhm.
And in the movies, it's different.
Jarvis.
And I think that caters more to not just the casual comic book fan. It caters to the longtime comic book reader, and that helps because you're not gonna make that much money just from the hardcore comic book readers.
Hey, Runs, let me ask you a question. We're still talking about culture. We've talked about the movies. We talked about television, but the merchandise of superhero. You see everybody with a Batman shirt, Superman shirt. Does that play a factor?
In like what?
The likeness of superhero culture.
I guess you just see a lot of people with the different like gear and stuff, and I guess they watch the movie, they like what they see based on their characters. That's some nice music.
No, it compliments you so well.
They like what they see in the movie, like oh, Iron Man, that's cool, or
Red Lantern
like
shirt.
Spider-Man, that's cool, so they want to get the gear, and that kind of helps the superhero movies, I guess, build popularity, I guess.
Yes, Terrence.
No, I was gonna say we got to go to the main question now. Who is your favorite superhero?
Wow, Terrence.
Everybody, who's your favorite?
Mint Berry Crunch.
All right, want me give my answer?
Wait, mine was a joke answer, but he.
Alright, go ahead.
He really was a good answer though.
Give your real answer.
Do you know who Mint Berry Crunch is?
Give your real answer,
I don't
man.
have one at the moment.
I thought you liked Vision.
No, I do like Vision. I like Vision. I like Spidey.
So
I like Nightcrawler.
Okay, so you have 3 favorite superheroes.
You can, yeah, per se.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, my guys, I got one of my favorites right now is Miles Morales Spider-Man because he's I don't know if anyone listening knows this, but he's a half black, half Latino Spider-Man, and he has slightly different powers than Spider-Man, and the fact that they what they choose to make a more diverse Spider-Man. I like that. You gotta go with Batman. He's just a G.
You really?
Yeah, Batman's just a G.
Who doesn't love Batman?
Batman.
I like the concept behind the Green Lantern. That's another great power to have.
Concept.
Like
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I don't
The movie
like.
was terrible.
Yeah, the movie is trash. I'm talking about the comics. The
I
comics.
feel you.
Yeah, I like the Power Ring, all that, the constructs. I like the lore behind the Green Lantern with all the 7 Lantern Corps, all that.
Anything else about? So that's your top 5, Robert?
That's my top. That's 3 of them. All right, I'm gonna give you my top 5 then. Before I put Iron Man at 4 because he's just a genius and he built all his stuff himself. And then I'll put number.
He's speechless.
Hey, Runs, what
Yes,
you
sir.
got?
Alright, go ahead. You got it? Me? Alright. You
I
got
go
Flash.
Oh, that's my
Flash
favorite.
Gordon.
Yeah, love Flash.
Which one?
Spider-Man.
Spidey.
That's the man. I want to say Black Panther, but I don't know much about him. But I
Okay.
feel from what I've seen so far in Civil War,
He's from Wakanda.
yeah, he's a brother too. You know, so
Yeah.
that always helps.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
And Captain America. I like
Cap. Turn.
Number 1, it really has to be the Flash for me.
Yeah.
Barry Allen Flash.
Okay.
that.
And
Okay.
then second would be, I forgot his name though, but he's the only black Flash. Not the, you know, Jiggity knows what I'm talking
Is it a
about.
black one?
There's a black Flash now, like
He's
legitimately.
my favorite too.
Oh, Young Wally West.
Yes, the young Wally West. He's in a whole different parallel universe.
It's a
Yeah.
universe.
Is it? Oh, it's still current. Oh, so Wally West is still just.
There's a Young Wally West and there's an Old Wally
Oh, so Wally West is black and young Wally West.
The Young Wally West is
Yeah.
black, but the Old Wally West is white.
But yeah, and then there's Spider-Man too, because you know Spider-Man is the only like you know.
I cut
Oh,
you off at the
I know, right?
Oscars.
But Spider-Man is like legit the only person though that is like relates to like a regular person. Like he has a regular teenage life and everything. You know.
Yeah, his senses
He
be
went
tingling.
exactly.
He didn't ask for those powers.
He went through like what's it called? His uncle died. He has a crush on a girl. Like
Yeah.
he's dealing with school. He's dealing with like you know a normal job.
It's relatable
It's something
that, yeah.
exactly like compared to Batman, where it's like, oh, he's this playboy billionaire and has all this money, and you know like Batman, you know he's a superhero because he has his money to afford all this stuff, and Spider-Man like
Yes,
he
Terrence.
gained those powers. So
All right, Robert. Any final thoughts about superheroes?
Yo, that man Green Goblin's bugging B.
SPD emergency.
In
In the cut. Best single hero, Rob.